Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Road to Rank 1. Today we're gonna be starting the day against Mr. Soul himself, who is a powerful Terran player, who's been bullying me the last few days on the ladder. Well, he's been bullying me. We've been bullying each other a little bit, which in that case it's not really bullying, it's just fighting. It just comes from both directions. He's been playing a nasty 2-Rex build, which I've been struggling against, honestly. Now, I've been playing a nasty 3-gate build, which he's been struggling against. So, let's see what happens when these two builds end up fighting. I have in my mind a... No, I don't want to go yet. Okay, so this is the parting opener that we want to be playing here, okay? If you're not familiar with the parting opener, I made a video on it last Monday. And this particular... opener works with a 17 Nexus. Now there's multiple variations of what he opens, but the one that he was most most commonly used was the 17 Nexus in PvT. So we're gonna be opening 17 Nexus, then we send this bad boy out on the map. Oh, I'm supposed to get a very fast gas. Because you're gonna be kind of tight on gas. You're even gonna be tight on minerals as well. Like you're tight on everything, guys. It's a tight builder, is what that means. Oh my god, he moves out on the wrong side of the road. That's just life sometimes, isn't it? This one can go in here. We want to go into this gas as soon as we can, and we also want to be getting a pylon on the other side as soon as we can. On top of that, it's important for us to realize, hey, we need to probably check downstairs to see if any type of bunker is going to be going down, because that is something that is possible. We're going to send this one back home, and then we'll send out a probe onto the low ground to see, hey, is he building a bunker behind my mineral line? And if so, can I stop that process? Okay, now we know he can't be building a bunker anymore, so we'll let him be. We'll hit this one more time. Uh-oh. I'm gonna get my third gate over here. Okay, he found my my second gateway that I proxied on the map like a good boy. We can use another chrono. I built that stalker a little bit too fast because I thought I needed to move out. I'd be surprised if he actually moves across the map to try and see what he can do, because honestly he doesn't really need to. He already knows what I'm doing. Crap. It's gonna be a little bit late. I'm supposed to start a second adept here a little bit faster, but sometimes it just is what it is. Okay, we get another one of them bad boys, and we start hunting. Come on, Kev. We need this real bad. We need this real bad right now. Okay, so we're not the fastest guys on the block right now, but it still should be semi-fine, I think. Oh, get a couple of these bad boys. Probably should have not teleported out, honestly. Now thinking back of this, it's best for him to have to move into you, rather than, like, you never really should shade out, in my opinion. That definitely was a mistake, but we'll see. We'll see if that stays. He shouldn't be. There's a lot of marauders already. No, I think he played triple Rex here. This feels like a triple Rex at least. So we're going to be going into Blink and afterwards into a robotics facility. We're going to be adding a couple of stalkers here. We have a super battery ready, which should be capable of helping us out. We send an adept to the high ground and we continue our stalker production. We got a 4th gate because I think he's gonna kill my gateway. He knows where it is after all. He's not gonna walk up here. That would be suicide in my opinion. We'll get a forge, and then once we know for sure that he pissed off, which will be the moment that he is attacking my gateway, which, there we go. Very, very predictable. That's nice. We'll get this. We'll get all of our buildings are kind of in weird positions, but if that's the worst thing, then I don't mind it too much. We want to get 2, maybe even 3 batteries. No, not batteries. Observers. You want to get good vision against something like this. He won't have any. He won't have any. What was I gonna say? Mines with this first push, I think, because he played 3 racks, which should be relatively painful for him. I'm actually gonna get a 3rd one, even though it's not optimal. I think at least it doesn't look very optimal. This might just be fine actually. Okay, so this looks bad for me, but I don't think I had much of a choice, honestly. I had to kind of give him some room to play around with that. Okay, now this one is out. I think we just lost the game. Yeah, we definitely just lost the game. Alright, that sucked. A little bit of a painful first loss here. Seems like that a lot of Terran, once they scout, can just go into that triple racks and actually be fine. I think I could have denied a little bit more mining early on. You see that the resource collection was just slightly at. This dip should be a little bit longer, should extend till here. Then I think I can get a superior army force out. But it wasn't the case here. So a little bit painful, gonna lose some points for that. Lose 23 points to be exact. I have good faith in that he'll search again. It actually goes into a replay. But I kind of want to play against Sol again. We always have pretty fun games. He might just cancel and go for a search again. So we'll see you in game number 2. All right, we found our second game. It's actually Sol again. We had a long search, like 3 minutes or so, but we managed to get him once again. As I actually quickly watched that replay as well after that game, and I figured out that I really think I can stay a whole lot longer. I kind of want to play the same strategy again, just to figure out exactly what my limits are, and also I could potentially just play it with 5 adepts if I want to, and perhaps also just get something out of that. Just 5 adepts, then into my Twilight Council and going into that Blink deck. But I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I think for now we're just gonna play some standard Twilight builds with Blink, and then we'll see what we can do from there. I should have, if I want to play Blink, I definitely should have walled though. That's a mistake by me. That's for sure a mistake. We're gonna get this assimilator. So we're playing a slightly different opener than that last game. Maybe if we got another turn today, we can play that same opener that we did earlier. I wouldn't mind that. I want to play a couple of games today, 5, 6 or so. Then we see what happens there. Okay, well, we don't want to rally that down, we want the Cybercore on the high ground. We want that core before Nexus shenanigans. Okay, we see Barracks just standard at home. He's about to get... oh, okay, pulls down a worker. We see 127 it finishes, meaning this is indeed going to be Barracks before gas. I wonder if he's going to open up with a Marine this time or not. I wouldn't mind it even. 137, 136, 138. He wants to start getting his CC down at this point. And, oh, he should have been able to get it there. Yep, he does manage to get it. We're just going to attack it. because I want to bait out that Marine, exactly. That's the kind of reaction I really wanted from him. I'm assuming he's playing Marine into Reaper here, by the way. It's just a feeling that I'm getting from this opener that he's doing. I don't know why, it just strikes me. It just strikes me as a Marine into Reaper opener. We're gonna patrol our probe here, because we want to see any potential move outs that he can make. We actually could also patrol our probe here, so we would be able... Nah, here is fine. And then we follow this up with a Twilight Council. Get a Stalker, and you see we're not really chrono boosting anything on our thing right now. On our workers. What was that? I think that was a Reaper we just saw. It's hard to say at times. We have a reactor, so probably not a Reaper. I'm so afraid of the Reaper, man. I'm just gonna be shading in and out, just continuously forcing him to lift these depots, which is a little mini game basically inside of PvT that we play. Like the moment my cooldown is off, I send it in, you'll need to lift it. Like there's no two ways around it. There we go, it gets it off in time again. I put one more chrono boost on there. I want to get 3 chrono boosts in total on my... No. On my blink. Okay, we see... Okay, he's playing 2 Rex. Now the reason I managed to figure that out is because I see 3 come down at the same time. He's only supposed to have 7 Marine. I counted 8 Marines. At this timing it's simply impossible to be able to do that with... Well, with a single barracks, it's not possible. Simply not possible. So we can actually move across the map right now with all of our stalkers, which usually you can do. But because we got that information, that is now allowed. That's a really big error by him, by the way. I can't stress enough how big of an error that is. Well, I could stress it enough, but it would be difficult to do. Now, I still want to follow this up at some point, I think, with... This was weak. Weak sauce by me. I was gonna say, I still want to follow this up with at some point a... I think he's playing 3 Rex again now. Is he coming from down here? No, he's gonna come from down here then. This is not looking too hot, I have to admit, guys. Uh-oh, we even lost a Stalker there. Are we gonna be able to get this off in time? I think so. I want to cancel that. I missed the cancel twice in a row, which is kind of bad. But as this was a 3 Rex, we now have a lot of space for our shenanigans. We know that there's not going to be a mine drop anytime soon. We completely skipped out on a robo because we saw that extra Marine. So when I said this is a 2 Rex, I meant that it's just more than 1 Rex initially. It could have still been a 3 Rex, which is what this was. We could see by the Marauder count the fact that he had Stim and Combat Shield at the same time, which is not possible if you open with just 2 Rex. What is this? That was a bad blink forward, by the way. That's what that was. Kind of want a robo at this point as well. Should maybe even gotten it faster. I think that's 2 Stalkers down the drain. Kind of forgot that he could do that. Yeah, 2 Stalkers down the drain, I was correct on that. Where are you at, buddy? Where are you at? Like, what are you doing? I think I want one more gateway, which everything so far has been pretty mediocre for me. I also have to admit that. Like, except for that absolute first fight. This was good. Like, what I meant with that is, the game hasn't been mediocre, but like some of my follow-ups haven't been very tight. Like some of the follow-up plays. We want to get some units in the main base right now. Probably want to get a battery. Could get a cannon there as well, albeit not completely necessary. Now we know approximately where he's going to be coming from, because we have vision almost everywhere. So these go into this. I want maybe one of these bad boys. And potentially a fort base. I probably want to add a second forge as well. Do we have a lot of... Okay, this is definitely a... So we got his harassment down very easily. Now it's his turn to beat mine. We saw he was pretty much got out of position. We're just gonna piss off again. We don't want to actually stay in here. We should definitely be considering the pickup there. Not picking those up is actually a very bad error by him. Very lazy play. Clem 100% picks these up. Ah, we actually lost a lot of supply here. He's gonna try to blink into the main now. Most likely, no? Jesus Lord. I mean, this shouldn't really work for him. I mean, we're just gonna go for it. It's now or never, but I have a bad feeling it might actually be never. Did I not get my thermal lens? This is the second time in 2 days that I messed up getting thermal lens against Sol, by the way, but doesn't seem to be too urgent right now. Wait, how did I lose that? Oh, he focused on it. GG. Okay, nice, we get the win. What an odd game, but a terrible builder choice by him. Blindly opening with 3 racks rather than playing a factory build and then showing to me so clearly that it is a 3-rex. This really was the key moment in the game, I think. Here, this is also one of the reasons. Here. So I see 2 come down, 3, and I counted 5 already. This is not possible at this timing. So I know right now, okay, this is a second Rex that is there. So I'm expecting either Stim or Combat Shield, or it's possible that he plays a 3-Rex, even though this is an absolute gamble at this point. And I can just move across the map with my Stalkers. If I don't lose my Adept here, I have an even better shot initially. Losing that Adept was a bit painful, but still a very clean win for me afterwards. And it's gonna give me 22 points, push me back up to 6, 7, 69. So not a bad performance at all. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's hop into game number 3. Alright, we got our next game. It is going to be Showtime on Death Aura, which is a very fun map. Showtime at a solid 7.158 MMR. Holy crap, this guy is good. I always say that I feel like MaxPax is getting really close to Showtime, but then Showtime is really the only toss that is capable to get such consistently high ladder ratings. But he just keeps losing to MaxPax in tournaments. I believe out of the last 6 times they played, MaxPax won like 5 times, so a little bit surprising if you think of their ladder ratings. Also, their other matchups, I feel like Showtime just is slightly better, but I could be wrong there. We're gonna be playing a game of no 1-gate expand. We're just gonna be playing 2-gate. Showtime the other day did a build against me that I really liked personally, and I'm afraid he's gonna play something similar like that again. Now, if he does, then I'll be ready for it. He opened up with Stalker, Proxy, Stargate, which can be quite a tricky build. Now we're gonna open up with Stalker, Stalker, and I want to be able... So there's this one thing that I tend to do when playing Stalker, Stalker. I tend to be too keen to going into fast sentry. So I want to be keeping my options open here. I want to be able to say, hey, if I scout something that I don't like, I want to be able to go, okay, I'm not gonna go sentry, and I want to feel comfortable with that. That is my goal kind of for today in the PvPs, is just opening up very standard, but then also being able to say like, hey, I'm not okay with going into sentries at this point, and that's fine, you know, like I just want to be going into whatever it is. I just Stalker. I even maybe I want to go into Adept after Stalker. But I tend to be too focused on getting those fast sentries because I feel like I do better with full information. But we'll see exactly how this game is gonna pan out. As we're just gonna straight up open with Stalker. Here, a second Stalker, and then we're gonna pretend to come from this angle. He's probably gonna try to build a pylon somewhere, but shouldn't be too much of an issue. I can't really nicely block this, by the way, in case he's playing Adept, which is triggering me already. Okay, this kind of feels like he is playing something clownish. I'm gonna kind of stand around here. We're gonna follow this up with Stalker. We're gonna send this one out on the map, and we're actually gonna follow this up with a hardcore amount of stalkers. We're gonna be going into, I think, 6 stalkers. We might play a Nexus at this point, though. I'm not too happy with this because my wall is really bad. I'm getting strong vibes that this is going to be a an Oracle, in my opinion. Strong Oracle vibes here. Yep, we just saw the Oracle move out, which means we can leave one of these Stalkers at home. Don't want to go too ham there though, with leaving Stalkers at home. Ideally, we can force him to not get a... One second. Oh, okay. a second Oracle. That might have been possible. He's actually saving up the Oracle. He thinks we didn't see it. Wait, did I get faked out? No, I saw an Oracle, right? No, it wasn't an Oracle. It actually wasn't an Oracle.
Base is under attack.
So open up with adapt. It's kind of interesting. Don't completely mind it, honestly.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Actually kind of curious what he's doing, but we lost a lot of our... a lot of our scouting, a lot of our energy has gone kind of down the drain, honestly. So we kind of want to hide the fact that we have this many stalkers. So we're gonna hide 3 of them. Oh, I think I just showed all of them. He should be kind of afraid now, though. Maybe that will do something. Come on, you can go here. There's nothing yet, right? Okay, we see an immortal, which is interesting to say the least. So we're gonna be working with a 1 upgrade deficit here. Now, if you're wondering how that works, it works very easy. So basically, instead of trying to catch up with upgrades, we're just, throughout the entire game, are going to accept that we'll be down an upgrade. Now, this does end up meaning that most likely we're gonna be in trouble against certain pushes that my opponent can start doing. Also, we're not even entirely sure if this is actually going to be the case, because we haven't checked that properly. Like, we haven't checked his upgrade timings. If this is his +2, we might be in trouble where he can do a +2 timing, but that sounds... okay, well, we might actually... It's very important that we don't fall further behind in the upgrades, okay? That's going to be the main thing here. So we're expecting a push to hit us once his +2 is finished, basically. That is kind of what we are looking at currently. Like, hey, this looks like something that might be the case. Gonna get some of these over here. Kind of want some vision on the map. I feel like we have a bigger stalker count than our opponent, which usually I'd be happy with, but I'm not sure if I should be. How many immortals does he have? He has 2 immortals. He's going into these bad boys. So this is nice. So this will delay his move out by a bit. Oh.
Upgrade complete.
I mean, this doesn't look half bad for me. We just need to make sure that we can get 1 or 2 nice hits on. Well, it's not the end of the world, I think. He moved kind of aggressively, which surprised me. Also went to the base where I didn't expect him to go. If I had 2 cannons here with 2 batteries, that would have obviously been a lot better for me. But now that that wasn't the case, that feels a little bit worse for me. We're going to be taking this as a 5th base simultaneously with our own 4th base that we need to retake. Oh wow, he's actually being very, very aggressive here. Didn't quite expect that. I think he's just trying to win some time though, which I don't completely mind either. You see, he has way faster +2 than me. One, two, three, 4. So I think he's gonna hit. Oh, he's doing such a good job right now, denying my vision, not knowing where his army is, and I'm afraid of a base trade, and he kind of knows that. I think I had a timing, and with that move through the middle, I think he just kind of he killed my timing. He killed my timing there, guys. Impressive, very impressive move by him. Really solid, such a solid player. It's so ridiculous how good he is at this game. I want to get one of them over here. Still, no, I don't have any... This was really bad. This potentially could have had game-ending consequences, but because he didn't believe that someone could be as bad as I just was, he didn't jump on the opportunity. Okay, that was an interesting move up.
Upgrade complete.
We actually want to be moving into... Okay, this is a free pushback. Oh, this is some free real estate right here. I don't like his position very much currently, huh? What is he doing? Oh, that's what he's doing. Now, all of a sudden, I like his position a whole lot more. That was such a good move by him. And I kind of realized it too late, but I did realize it. So I had some vision on the other sides, and I got some really nice shots off as well. I'm a little bit careless, honestly, at the moment, with the way I'm controlling this entire... Whoop! No, you can't trick someone like Showtime usually. Oh, as I said it, I managed to trick him, so that was nice. Let's see if we can... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I feel like he's moving aggressively into an area where I don't really want him moving too aggressively. We're gonna start getting a squad ready with DTs. Let's see exactly what his plan is here. I think I saw a an observer somewhere over here. No, he's making moves with the observer, it felt like. I'm gonna send all of these towards the bottom side. And this one will go here as well. We're still pretty far away from what I want completely. I like the way he plays this game though. Oh, that's a dead observer. I think it should be. At least that's mine. That's mine. That's mine. No. Nice, we got that kill off. That's a lot of units he has over there. Nah. I don't have any vision of the stuff happening behind me, which is obviously slightly triggering to me. So we're just gonna be moving back with the stalkers. Okay, look at this. This might be a play actually. So we go up here. He thinks we're still there completely. But yeah, we are just only here with these guys right now. Showtime. Can you move in here? Is the question then. Oh, the answer seems like it's a big yes. There's a fake blink in by me, obviously. Well, obviously. You guys could see that. He wasn't aware of that. Now we're gonna set up this flank. This is gonna be a big flank. I don't think he has any detection left there.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete.
Let's see how many bases he's actually on right now. I'm gonna go into a mothership as well. I think he might have this one. He doesn't, which means we're probably just ahead. So we're gonna actually jump on top of him with just a lot of units.
Warriors have engaged the enemy.
Like, he doesn't want to move away from that area, which I kind of understand, but on the other hand, that's some... Oh, wait. Where did I lose my... Not the biggest fan of how all of this is going, I have to admit. Yeah, we should be up 2 solid bases. Oh, nice one! He must have absolutely 0 probes, right? Kind of forgot about that. Where's his disruptors? I'm wondering right now. Well, apparently there. I think we just win this game now. This was a tight... This is the first time I ever won a game like this, I think, against him. Good control by me, just solid, slow, kind of methodical. And I'm pretty happy with how I played this entire game, honestly. Not too disappointed at all. Nice. Now, I know that Cyril is going to be streaming in about 45 minutes from now. And with the shape that I'm currently feeling in, we're hitting 6-8, I might just go for a couple of snipes at him. I'm going to take a small break. And then, well, for you guys, there will be it's a video. So you can just... I'll just cut this part out, never mind. Alright, game number 4 coming up soon. Maybe against Cyril, we'll see. Next game is going to be Cristiano. As you can see, the sunlight has hit my room and forced me to make some changes to my camera setting, but I had to do it quickly in the countdown, so it's not exactly where we want it. It looks like I'm in heaven right now. It's like, which technically is where I am. I'm playing some StarCraft. It's a Saturday. Weather is good. Could it get any better? Perhaps it could. Perhaps it couldn't. We'll see. Perhaps a win against Cristiano will help us. Yeah, we're just gonna send that out. Cristiano is someone that just loves to play aggressive, I think. He's such a fan of these aggressive build orders where I struggle so much against. I spoke a bit with MaxPax actually after my last game, and I spoke a bit about PvP as I always struggle a lot against him, and he was like, I think you're actually too passive and too predictable. And he went through my match history and he said, here, the build you just did against Showtime, now that is something that I like, you know, that is something that isn't so passive as you usually do. So I feel like, you know, MaxPax, I always struggle a lot in early game against him, so I think it's good advice for him to tell me, hey Kev, you need to step up or step down. And be like, hey, like how about we play a little bit more aggressive? So that's what we're gonna do here. We see a lot of potential here from Christiana to go for that early expansion. We want to gain back a little bit of her. Okay, that was bad actually for me. He probably wants to cancel that Zealot. Now we're not gonna allow that, obviously. I actually have a build order for this as well, where I think I have some good ideas when it comes to how I want to fight this type of play. Now, the way I want to do that is by using a very fast robo. I think I should have probably already started my robo at this point. And then we're just going to be going into... first of all, I want to go into his main base, so we're going to lose this probe. But that's something I'm willing to take. Because I want to see, hey, what is he building? And I want to see what his first unit is. And also, I want to be the guy that... Okay, so there's nothing here yet. Nice. I knew it. You know, sometimes you just have a good feeling about something. It is a stalker here. And we can get a third gateway as well. Forgot my fourth stalker, which actually kind of sucks. And we see no Stargate. So we don't actually need anything right now. We're gonna look for a potential zealot that could be running around like an idiot. It's also possible that that's not going to happen. We start our fifth stalker. We're really over-explaining a lot today. Oh, I think I was gonna say I think. I think I saw something there. There we go, that's a probe. Yep. That's kind of why I spread out my stalkers, right? I want that good coverage everywhere. I really do care about that. That's solid coverage. We see some double mining. Which is not ideal. I want a chrono boost on this stalker as well. We're just gonna... Oh, that's a very, very late one. Very... Oh, well. Yes, 3 already. Means usually his stack is a little bit delayed, at least. Right? I think we just one-shot all of them now. Yeah, there we go. Thank you for the advice, Max Pax. As this was a pretty clean win. He followed us up with a straight blinks. He played very greedy, and I think if I'm gonna play very aggressive in the next few days, is that people will start playing less greedy against me and making, when I'm not playing aggressive, these games also a lot easier, which should be nice. It's just it's kind of how it works. If you have the image of being an aggressive player, people will play safe against you, which makes these early games a little bit easier for you, because people fear you more. That's why I always struggle so much against Maxbex, because I know he's capable of anything. So we'll play one more game today, and I know Sarah's streaming. I watched him a bit, so maybe we can get him. If he's currently searching. If he's not currently searching, then so be it. I don't really want to do a dedicated snipe. No. I want to play games with E-Laser right now. So yeah, I'll see you guys in game number 5. And it's possible that we we lost game number 1 against Sol, right? So yeah, we'll see. But a good bunch of games today. We won 3, lost 1, and I feel like I genuinely played well in a lot of them, which is very nice. Our MMR seems good as well. I mean, we haven't gotten any PVZ yet, which probably helps because my PVZ is pretty awful right now. Okay, we got E-Laser. Okay, so I said no, but then he snipes me on ladder. That's completely fine. Let's get him. For the final game of the day then. So, E-Laser, Pillars of Gold. And we'll see what he brings to the table. Now, I'm gonna start with a quick block on his natural. I do like playing that type of build. And we might just go into one of Parting's follow-ups. Should we do that? Yeah, you know what? Let's just play one of Parting's follow-ups. So, we're gonna play 18 Nexus, 19 Gas, 20 cyber, something like that. Actually with a chrono boost this time. And then second chrono boost again later. I should be getting at least a fast gateway. That's a mistake by me. It won't matter too much unless I'm being 12 cooled, but the likelihood of that on pillars is very, very small. So we're just gonna go mine with 16. And the reason you play 18 Nexus is when you're doing an early scout, is you want that maximum saturation on the minerals. And then the chrono also makes a lot of sense on that Nexus at home. That's important to note, just in case anyone's wondering why. In PvT you see me do a lot of 17 Nexus without a scout, but here you see me do it with a scout, and thus we'll be playing 18 Nexus. Also, we're gonna be playing double gas before Cybercore. On 19, I think we get the gases, 19, and then the second one also. Maybe you can even get on 20, we'll see. Yeah, 20 seems fine, absolutely. Yep, this seems cool. Okay, so we get that 20 going. We make sure that it's mining properly. This goes in here, and then the moment we can, we just build this cybercore, which is going to be a little bit late. It's just a fact. We can actually get our next chrono boost going already. This feels weird because usually you can't, but we actually can already afford that. Alright, we start rallying more into gas. We probably should have gotten a little bit more gas if I want to play Stargate, which is something that I do want to do. And then afterwards we'll see what our follow-up actually is going to be. I'm not quite sure yet. Actually, this seems kind of fine for me. Oh, I messed up something with my hotkeys here. Oh, he's taking the forward base. He's just preparing for a Queen All-In at this point. Most of the Zergs that aren't Raynor and Serral just Queen All-In every single game at the moment. Because the build is, I don't want to say broken, but almost impossible to stop. Unless the Zerg messes up, I think. In a lot of scenarios. I think right now the early game is heavily favored for Zerg, but I mean we can definitely try to make something work, right? So the thing you need to do is you need to really trick your opponent. You need to make him believe things. You want to make him believe you're playing double Stargate while you're playing single. You want to make him believe you're playing double when you're playing single. Like you just need to really trick the Zerg player in order to, well, be able to survive into a mid game, not just to get ahead. Like, I think getting ahead is almost impossible into a mid game, but it's not that relevant. The most important thing is to not die. As long as you're alive, you're in an okay spot, and that's what's important. So we go back with this one, and we throw. Should we throw a chrono boost somewhere? Could have done it, but probably should have thrown it on there. Honestly, should have at least. Yeah, probably should have. Okay, well, we can play like this then. So in order to beat this type of build, what's really, really powerful is to go into a double unit or triple unit robotics facility, which can then be gotten very, very rapidly. As you can see, I could kind of afford it now already, but instead I think I'm gonna go for my... No, actually, we'll go for this. Doesn't matter too much.
Research complete. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
So, we're seeing no Spore there, which usually is a decent indicator that he probably wants to do something aggressive. We're gonna move in front of his base. We messed this up really hard. That was really bad by me, actually. Uh-oh. That's the first error that we made. Well, not the first error we made today. But the first sizable error that we made today, I think. So now we actually, in order to gain information, we need to move on the map, which can be very, very tricky. Where's his queens? I'm not seeing his queens right now, and it's slightly worrying me. Okay. I just don't quite know what he's doing, honestly, but... Oh, he seems to just be going into a heavy, maybe a heavy Hydra count or something like that. He's expanding very far forward, I have to admit. I mean, this is a 5th base, which we can just take out at this point.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
I don't quite see what he's doing, actually. It's slightly worrying, but also exciting at the same time. We need some of these. Okay, well, it's important that he got that. We have absolutely no info right now, which is very, very painful. We have gotten absolutely nothing yet. 0 in information, which is extremely painful, I have to admit. Okay, we at least see now what he's doing.
Research complete.
So we're gonna just chill over here and hope that he doesn't see that. Gonna set up a run by, one adept over there, and another run by here, I guess. It's gonna be hard for him to attack me, I feel like now. He's not actually doing any type of all-in, which is extremely surprising. Usually Miko always all-ins every single game. So it's so his creep threat has been pretty mediocre, by the way. We've been doing well, not only a good job denying it, but also he just hasn't been spreading it too well, I feel like. I feel like we might be going into some some lurker pressure now. That's what I'm feeling here.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
We're playing a relatively tight game, I have to say.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Mineral field depleted.
His creep threat is absolutely atrocious, by the way. Which is very, very nice for us. Make it really, really nice for us. I need to figure out exactly where it's moving out to, so that we can make an educated decision on what to do. taking a lot of damage right here, which is a big positive for me. Alright, this is not quite brilliant for us because our 5th base is so freaking late. So most likely we're expecting him to go up here right now. We're gonna send one Void Ray up there. And meanwhile we're gonna be moving towards either that bottom right base. One, two, three, four. Alright. Alright, fellas. Let's go.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Base is under attack. Mineral field depleted. Your warriors have engaged.
Well, he has a lot of units there. Should be fine, I think.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Base is under attack. Base is under attack. Your warriors have engaged mineral field. Mineral field depleted. Mineral field depleted.
We have very little workers right now. The one thing that we do kind of have.
Base is under attack. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Uh-oh. I was gonna say is that we can recall, but I guess that was a little more risky than I originally intended it to be. This actually, you know what? This actually isn't too bad. For the funny reason that he has an only air army right now. And I don't think he has too much money where he can easily swap between air army and ground army. But we'll see. We need to check just to be sure.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors is under attack.
This is fine. We trade base for base, but I'm pretty sure that I have more money in the bank for more useful units. Oh, this is big. He can't lose, just lose those. Okay, so there's still one thing that he can do. If he can get into either lurkers or brute lords, I think I straight up lose the game.
Upgrade complete.
Oh, this is bad though for him. The fact that he's sacrificing or feeling the need to sacrifice these, that's not that great for him.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Mineral field depleted.
It's still possible that he wins this with... okay, well, he has a bunch of lurkers at least. But I'm not too worried about those.
Base is under attack. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Okay, now we're just gonna check, hey, do you have any of these bases? This got into a pretty close game, like pretty close game territory. He's trying to take this one, which is interesting because I think we might just be able to cancel that. Now, the one thing we kind of have to be careful of is that we don't lose our outside bases, okay? This is one of the main things that's really, really important to me right now. I think, yeah, we just win the game. Yeah, very clear win for us by just denying creep all the way throughout. I played very safe in the early game, so we had a pretty big disadvantage going into the mid, but we managed to just straight up win it, and yeah, that's nice. We had very late 5th base, but didn't matter too much because we were always trading pretty effectively. I was doing decent run bys. I think I'm constantly upping gas. There was one, the recall onto my 5th was a little bit bad, and losing this base wasn't great. I think I should work a little bit more with gateway walls as well when I see that ultras are being added, but I wasn't quite aware of that yet at this point, so maybe just send an Immortal or 2 over there also helps. Immortal, like 2 Archons, do very well with ultra run bys. Once people play Ultra Hydra and stuff like that, you can really just split up your army a lot more effectively than I did in this last game. But yeah, I was kind of gobsmacked by the Ultra Disc. But we get a win once again, and that leaves us today with a 4-1, 19 extra points, climbing up to 6,800 MMR. I think we're almost at our peak that I've had in this series. I wish I wrote these things down, but I honestly can't remember. Maybe we were 6,850 before, but I'm feeling good, I'm feeling fast, and yeah, it was pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I explained a little bit more than usual. I took my time with a lot of these games, played them all on the same day, so I still remember what happened in the ones before. If you do prefer it like this, rather than probably slightly higher level play or more focus, but less explaining, then just give me feedback in the comments. I'll read it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it, and I'll hopefully see you all next time for a new video, which tomorrow should be a Harstem hour, and I think we'll actually do a proper look at the 3-gate proxy by parting. Okay, we'll do something like that. See you guys then. Bye bye.